Hey everybody, Combo Collectibles coming at you from Fan Expo Canada, and we are here with the voice of Iroh from Avatar, Greg Baldwin. How you doing today?
Hello, my friend. It is good to be here in Toronto.
How are you enjoying the show so far?
Oh, it's been great. This is our third show this year in Canada, and I have to say, you Canadians are actually, the myth is true. You guys are the nicest people on the planet. I love it here.
Oh, thank you.
I'm defecting, as a matter of fact.
Oh, well, thank you very much. We're really happy to have you. So I wanted to ask you about your experience voicing Iroh in Avatar. Creating a new character voice is its own kind of challenge. When you're taking over a role, I feel like that would be even harder. What was it like trying to fill the shoes of Iroh when you came in book 3?
It was, people will ask me, so was it great fun? And I have to say, when I was actually recording, no, it wasn't fun. I'd done some voice work, but mainly I was a paralegal for the Walt Disney Company in Burbank. So I was sort of plucked out of obscurity. And suddenly I'm working with Gray Delisle and Mae Whitman and Dante Bosco. And I'm not just coming in to take over for an iconic character, but the iconic actor that voiced the iconic character. So, it was a challenge. Usually when you're doing a voice role, you've got only so many things to work with. You have the words the writer gives you. You have the direction that the director gives you. But in my case, there was also Mako Iwamatsu standing behind me and in everything I did. So, I ultimately, I think I did what they asked me to do, and I've always made it very clear to people that I did not come to replace Mako. Mako is absolutely replaceable. Yeah. All I did was what they hired me to do, which is try to sound like Mako. And ironically, Mako, I think he was 72 or 73 when he died, and I was 46 when I got the part. And now I'm about to turn 65, and I do find that as my voice ages naturally, the impression improves over time, because I am not affecting the voice of an old man. I actually have the voice of an old man. So I think that actually does help with the impression.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it sounded very good in the show.
Thank
I thought
you.
you did a fantastic job. Now, when you came in book 3, too, it was one of the more emotional seasons, kind of the reconciliation with Zuko. How did you prepare for those episodes and try to build that chemistry that they had going throughout the show?
One of the nice things that Avatar did is we never worked separately, if you could possibly avoid it. Okay. So literally anytime, Dante was with me when we did the scene. Which it really helps to have your scene partner with you. Mm-hmm. It just helps in the emotion of the thing and in the pacing of the thing. So it helped very much to have Dante there with me. I knew when I read the script, I was like, oh, that's so beautiful. That's so sad. But then, a year later, we got to actually see it animated. And I was a blubbering mess, even though I knew what was going to happen. The way they animated it such where Iroh jumps up so quickly, you don't know what his reaction is going to be, and he has every right to punch, Zuko in the nose, but that's not what he does. And then to see those tears coming out of the wrinkles of his eyes, I was just, usually, for the most part, I'm very critical of my own work. I think most actors are, but I saw Avatar live in concert with my son, and by the way, Avatar live in concert is fantastic. That's the first time I ever looked at my work and I was like, Baldwin, that's not so bad, That didn't suck too hard, actually. Not bad.
It was so good. That scene you were talking about, I've seen it, I don't know how many times. It still gets me every time, right in the feels.
It's a very emotional scene.
It was. No, he was such a good moral compass, not just to Zuko, but I feel to the audience in general. Have there been times where you've pulled inspiration from the character to help with real-life situations?
Every day. People sometimes mistake me for being as wise as Iroh. And it's like, I am not Uncle Iroh. I'm a voice actor named Greg Baldwin. I'm 65 years old, or almost. And if you get to be that old and you're not a little bit wise, you've been doing something wrong. But having memorized most of Iroh's major quotes, I've memorized at this point. And I have to tell you, having his wisdom floating around in my head has undoubtedly made me wiser. And absolutely, my wife told me this, and I agree 100%. Sort of living in this Iroh-adjacent world and sort of being one of his representatives, which is what I think of myself, one of Iroh's representatives in the real world. It's made me a better human being, without a doubt, by far.
I feel the same way, too. There's been many times where I've drawn inspiration from Iroh and different shows like that.
Yeah.
Now, when you got the call about the sequel, Legend of Korra, coming out, first of all, how excited were you that they were getting a sequel, and what was it like coming back to reprise the role?
Oh, it was great, because and also that particular scene, everything out of Iroh's mouth is quotable. And when he's in the spirit world with Korra, literally everything. And indeed, my favorite line, the line that I always rely on when I'm having a bad day, the line that I always come back to is from Korra. It's, if you look for the light, you will often find it. If you look for the dark, that is all you will ever see.
That is definitely a good one.
And that's that, you know, and I love that quote, especially because when you look at it, it's just a fancy way of saying try to stay positive, but it involves an active choice if you look for the light. And I think that's the beauty of it. Even though the darkness can sometimes be very safe and comfortable, once you look for the light and you make that decision to look for the light, we're enveloped by it. Even at night, you can look up and you can see the stars. There's light all around us. And so when I'm having a bad day, that's the quote I come back to. When I'm doom scrolling, that's the quote I try to come back to.
I'll have to remember that one myself.
I know. I try to come back to it. Sometimes, you know, my other character, Aku from Samurai Jack, he actually invented social media. So, you know, that's all in his world.
Now, one more question. I don't want to keep you too long,
Sure.
but I'm big into collectibles, so like Funko Pops, anime figures, that kind of thing. Do you keep any of the collectibles that come out from the rolls you've done?
Oh, I keep all of them. I keep my lanyards. I have so many lanyards. They were on like a curtain rod, and they were pulling it out of the wall. I had to have someone come in and there were so many. Oh, I keep everything fans give me. And fans, ironically enough, have forced me to be a tea drinker. I was not a big tea drinker. I was raised in Texas, so I drank Southern sweet tea, I was not a big, tea drinker, but fans give me tea. And my wife is like, dude, you have 10,000 packets of tea here in the cupboard. You're going to have to drink it or I'm going to throw it out. I was like, you can't throw it out, man. Those are a gift. That's a bad karma to throw out a gift. So I bought myself an electric tea kettle, and now I am a fan of tea. Thank you, Iroh fans. You have forced me to embrace the brand at last.
Iroh now drinks tea. I'm not going to lie, I tried white jasmine for the first time because of Iroh, and it's pretty good.
It is good. It's not bad. Now, granted, because I was raised on Southern sweet tea, I do tend to put a lot of sugar in mine. I like it sweet,
That's okay.
man. Yeah.
That's okay. Iroh can have his tea as long as it's hot, right?
As long as it's not cold. I'll take it cold,
Perfect. Well, I don't want to keep you too long. Thank you so much for your time. You're here the rest of the weekend, though, so guys, come on out, meet
Come
Greg.
out and see me, folks. Let us share tea together.